pretty hot in Beirut, Lebanon. There was a lot of pressure on the diplomats over there and the ambassadors. And so the Marines were sent in to secure the place where the ambassador would stay. As a result, they built a big barracks in front of the embassy to protect the embassy from attack. In 1983, a terrorist loaded an SUV, Mercedes-Benz SUV, was loaded with over 18,000, the equivalent of 18,000 pounds of TNT, and slammed it into the barracks, killing 241 Marines, severely wounding dozens of others. One of the Marines that was severely injured and was trapped in all the wreckage after the explosion was Lance Corporal Jeffrey Nashton. After several hours, they finally discovered where Nashton was. They dug him out. They put him in the hospital. He was in really bad shape. They said he had tubes going all over his body, into his body, drains coming out of his body. He was really in rough shape. He couldn't see. His voice box had been crushed. He couldn't speak. And while he was in the hospital, recuperating, the commandant of the Marine Corps left Camp Lejeune in North Carolina and flew over to see about his injured Marines. When he went into Lance Corporal Nashton's room, they told him, "Marine, the commandant of the Corps is here to check on you, to see you." And he couldn't see, and he couldn't speak, and he just kind of shook his head. It was like he didn't believe that he was really there. And they took Nashton's hand and they put it up on Paul Kelly, 4-star general, the commandant of the Marine Corps, and he felt 1, 2, 3, 4 stars on Paul Kelly's shoulder. And he knew that that was a 4-star general. He took his finger and he started writing on a sheet of his bed, and he wrote, and they couldn't figure out what he was writing. He wrote with his finger on the sheet, and finally they said, "Get this Marine a pad, get him a pen, so he wants to say something, he wants to write something." And they brought it in, they put it in his hand, he took the pen, and on the pad he wrote 2 words: Semper Fi. That's the Marine Corps motto. It's a Latin phrase, shortened Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful. The commandant of the Marine Corps went over there to check on Jeffrey Nashton, and Lance Corporal Jeffrey Nashton, his message to him was, "You don't have to check on me. You don't have to worry about me. I'm always faithful. I'll always be at my post. I'll always do my job. You can count on me." How about you? Can your teammates count on you? Can your coaches count on you? Are you always faithful? Are you where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing? When it's time to be in study hall, are you there? When it's time to go to class, are you there? When it's time for a workout, when it's time for film study, are you always faithful? Do you do the best you can at practice every day? At Notre Dame, they have a sign that they touch before they go out and play a game. It says, "Play like a champion today." I think it's better if you had a sign that said, "Practice like a champion today." Because you need to be always faithful. You don't need to just turn it on game day. You need to practice. You need to prepare as if that was the biggest thing that you had going. I say practice like a champion today. Semper Fi. Always faithful. Can we count on you? They could count on Jeffrey Nashton. He did his job. Make sure you're that type of soldier. One other soldier I want to tell you about was a barber from Wisconsin. His name was Martin Treptow. He was a young guy in his early 20s. World War I broke out. In 1917, Martin Treptow was a barber. He left his small business, he left his barber shop, and he went and joined the United States Army. Martin Treptow was part of the Rainbow Division. The Rainbow Division was a group of men that they threw together from 4 different states: North Carolina, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Alabama. They threw them together and they bonded. They became an amazing group. And they were tough. Everybody knew how tough the Rainbow Division was. Martin Treptow was part of that group. At the Battle of the Marne River in 1919, Martin Treptow was killed. He was carrying a message. They needed a volunteer. He carried a message through the hottest part of the battle. It was July of 1918 at the Battle of the Marne River. Martin Treptow was killed. When they were bundling up Martin Treptow's stuff to send it home, they found a journal. And in that journal, Martin Treptow had written by hand, under the heading, "My Pledge," he wrote these words: "America must win this war. Therefore, I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depends on me." That was Martin Treptow's pledge. He would work, he would sacrifice, he would do whatever it took, as if everything in that battle, in that war, depended on him. Are you that kind of soldier? What kind of soldier are you? You know, there are some soldiers, and they're missing in action. They're not there. When you're counted on, you need to be there. You need to be there for your family. You need to be there for your church. You need to be there for your coach. You need to be there for your team. You need to be the kind of person, the kind of soldier that Lance Corporal Jeffrey Nashton was, and that Private Martin Treptow was. They never got famous. Most people don't know about them, but they were people who were always faithful. I want you to be a Semper Fi athlete. I want you to be always faithful. I want you to do your job in the classroom, on the field, off the field, in the weight room. Represent the university in a first-class manner at all times. What if everybody on our team had the work ethic that you have? Would we be a better team or a worse team? What if everybody cared exactly as much as you do? Would we be better or would we be worse? I want to give my pledge to do my best. It might cost sweat, it might cost blood, it might cost sacrifice. I want to be a Semper Fi member of this organization, a Semper Fi member of this team, somebody you can count on. Don't let down. Don't be missing in action. Be there every time, somebody we can count on. Thank you. This is Coach T for To the Hill. Thanks for watching.